Hey guys, today we're going to be showing off my updated Herald profile. I just added a couple new things. I switched around a couple things. It's around the same deck, but like I said, I updated it. Three Heralds, of course. Three Ben 10. This is to search. Best monster to tribute. Still for Herald. So you got to keep her. And she searches basically like 90% of the deck. Still keep the three Scepters and the three Sovereignties. This is the main draw engine. It's just too good. You can recycle it with Yugioh and with Ritual Sanctuary. There's no reason not to play that. This is the new stuff I added. Nothing. I mean, a lot of people have played this. Nothing crazy, but I mean, I think with the new format and with incantations, I was getting a little tired of incantations because they'd be dead in the hand, and you wouldn't be able to negate with them. So I went back to this. I was playing this at one point. I went back to this because it's essentially 5 fairies in the hand. With the incantations, I was playing 4 of them, 2 of each, 2 Tails Mandras, 2 Candles, and that was like, sometimes it would just be bricky sometimes, and on top of that, like I said, it wouldn't even be a negate, so I went to this. This works because it's basically a Saryuja every time. If I have one of these on the normal summon and one of these in hand, it's almost always a Saryuja, so really, really good. Saryuja basically lets you go through the deck, and then for ritual decks, that's amazing. These are the one-ofs. I play one Honest. I'm thinking about, switching this out for 11 year, or I don't know what, but I just put this in because I had 39 cards, and we all know it's not legal to have 39, and this is a good card if you're not searching it, if you draw into it. I mean, you could search it with Ben 10, but drawing into it's good because you would still surprise your opponent. But I don't know. I'm on the fence about this. Any suggestions, just let me know below, guys. Play 1 Christia. 1 is perfect, like I said in the last deck profile, because you could search this card out with Ben 10. And there's plenty of ways to summon it. And basically, when you summon this card, you almost always win the game if you summon this first because your opponent doesn't want to play. But 1 is perfect. I'm not... Like, I was thinking about playing 2 instead of the Honest, but one's good. You want to draw into it, it's going to be a brick. Play 1 Gale Dogra. The reason I play this, I know a lot of people will be like, why do you even play it at 1? Why play it at all? Is because, first of all, it's the only insect in the deck. Now, like I said, I have a lot of negate power that I have play almost all fairies. And the reason I play this as an insect is because sometimes it's a good pre-prep, but at the same time, this does stop you from negating. And on top of it, it's a weak monster. But sometimes if you haven't summoned Herald yet and you wasted your normal summon and you go into Saryuja, like with like the Venus Mystic Shine Ball combo I was talking about earlier, if you have the Venus and then you summon the Mystic Shine Ball out of the deck, but you still have one in the deck and you go into Link Spider and all that, you could still go into this and then pay 6,000 to get out a Herald. Because you'll draw at least something if you haven't with the Saryuja. So this is still good. It'll unbrick you sometimes. But like I said, it's kind of crazy. Like how much you're giving up, and that it's not even worth a negate. And when it's in attack mode, if you give up 6,000 life points and they can attack you and just OTK you, and it's like you did it to yourself. 3 Preparation of Rites. I don't know why you wouldn't play this. It's at 3, works perfect for the deck. Both ritual monsters are under level 7, and with Ritual Sanctuary, you can abuse the second effect about getting the spell back to the hand. And so you basically get like 2 searches. You get like the 3 searches because you'll discard it to search with Ritual Sanctuary. You'll use this to search the monster. And then you'll get back the spell. So it's basically Herald and Ben 10 and the Ritual spell. So very abusable, very good in this deck. 3 pre-preps. I don't really have to say it. If this wasn't once per turn, it'd be one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, I think. But amazing card. I get to just search Herald and his ritual spell, Dawn of Herald. Speaking of Dawn of Herald, 3 Dawn of Herald, of course. Why would I not play 3? I play 3 Herald. 3 Dawn of Herald works. I mean, it's perfect. Play 1 of these. I would play more because I actually think this is better. I mean, obviously it's better than Gale Dogra because it's a spell card, so I don't have to waste a normal summon, and I don't have to risk getting attacked into. The bad part, this is once per turn. And on top of it being once per turn, it's half my life points. Potentially more, potentially less. I'm not really worried about the life points at that point Especially if you could use 2 per turn, because then it would just go, if you had 8,000, you'd go to 4, and then you'd go to 2,000. So you're basically playing the same 6,000. But, I wouldn't be wasting the normal summon. But this is good. It'll get you out of stuff, but I just would not play this at more than 1. One's perfect because it's once per turn. If it wasn't that hard once per turn, I really would play multiple. 3 Ritual Sanctuaries. This, I was thinking about not playing 3 of, because, Terraforming got hit to 1. But, I still draw into it a lot of the times. And, the deck goes by pretty quick. And this is really good because I get rid of a lot of stuff. And all the recursion with the graveyard. And being able to summon Christia, because you get to manipulate the graveyard. And just resummoning a lot of monsters. Like, if I can go into the Star Seraph combo, get rid of it, and then search out, like with a ritual summon, search out the next chair, and then bring it back with this. It's just too good. Then I get to recycle a bunch of spells. So there's no reason not to play this at 3. Even though, like I said, Terraforming, since it's at 1, I'm still playing it at the 1, but that does hit the deck. That's one of the major hits to this deck, but a lot of decks are affected a lot worse, so I'm not going to complain. 2 Celestial Observatories. Yeah, I have it at 2. I was running it at 3, but because of the once per turn, it does affect me. Like I said, it's really good. You get to draw 2 cards by getting rid of 1. Most of the time, it's amazing because you'll summon the Herald, and then the Ben 10 gets returned back to hand, and you get a search. So it's like you basically get two fairies back. You get the Ben 10 and whatever monster you search, so 2 negates back, and then you can get rid of the Ben 10 right here and potentially get 2 more negates or 2 other cards that'll extend your play even further. It's good for that. But like I said, it's once per turn. But what saves it is the whole Ritual Sanctuary. You can get rid of a second one you'll get unlucky. Sometimes you'll draw into the second one. So Ritual Sanctuary saves that. 2 instant fusions. I tried 3, but there's a lot of once per turn cards in here, and that's the problem. But instant fusion's still really good because if you get it first turn, you could go into this, and then this stops a lot of hand traps. And on top of it, just gives you an extra body to go into Saryuja. The problem is sometimes if you go into it too early and you have the Venus combo, you could block the Link Spider, which points down, which lets you summon the out of the hand the Mystic Shine Ball, and then eventually go into Imduct, which could potentially mess up the whole Saryuja thing. But that's only for that one special thing. That's why I only played at 2. I'm even thinking about playing it at 1. But like I said, I didn't even know what to play, and I threw an Honest in here because I didn't know how to finish it off. I'm still thinking. Like, it's 11 years on my mind, but I'm not 100%. I got to test it out more. But I've been doing very well with this deck. And like I said, if eventually I might do 11 year or Call by the Grave. But at the time, this is a pretty good deck. With the way the meta's going right now, people aren't using hand traps as much. So I'm not worried about that. Last 2 cards to finish off the main deck are Pot of Desires. 2's perfect. 3, you draw into it way too much. Messes you up. 1, you never get it. 2's perfect. Now, let's go on to the extra deck. For the extra deck, we play 1 Millennium Eyes Restrict. This is an instant fusion. It's a level 1. It's like a better Thousand Eyes Restrict because its quick effect catches anything. You could get hand traps with it. Very good card. If you want to just get over certain things, this targets, but it's still really good. I've gotten over a lot of decks. People won't be ready for it. Most of the times, you don't even have to resolve these effects. You just go into them to eventually go into Link Karibo. Then you have Mud Dragon. He's another good one. You can change the type. I never really used the whole change type thing. Eventually, it'll probably help me out with some Link monster that says 2 different attributes or something, or types. And I haven't used it yet, but like I said, an extra body, to go into Saryuja with instant fusion. I play 2 Herald of Arclights. This is for the Gale Dogra and for the extra Foolish Barrel. You would send these from the extra deck to the graveyard. 2's perfect. 3, you never really resolve 3. 2, you could resolve with Gale Dogra. And usually just resolve 1. with the extra foolish barrel, or even one with the Gale Dog. Or usually when I go into Gale Dog, I'm desperate. That means I usually go and send both to get like a prep. I'm playing one Stell Knight Deltros. He's good if you're going second and you don't want to link into something, or when you do the Star Staff combo twice in a row and you've already linked into something. You want to go into this, and then you pop a card to draw, and then you could detach and draw. But yeah, he's good for that. This guy is if you're going first. You want to go into Stell Knight, you go into this, because you go into this, pop the card. Usually it'd be like one of your own cards. I mean, it'd definitely be one of your own cards because they haven't used anything. You draw an extra card, and then you detach one to pop one. I mean, to take a card out of your opponent's hand. So they basically start off the next turn with 5. That's it for XYZs. Now we're going to go into links. First we have the Link Spider and the Imduct. These are both for the Shine Ball plays. You would go into the Link Spider off Shine Ball. It's basically like the World Chalice combo. And then you'd point down, and if you had the Shine Ball in hand, you'd summon the Shine Ball, and then get rid of it, go into Imduct, and then you basically have a Saryuja. That's the whole point of those two. Link Karibo is for the Millennium Eyes Restrict and the Eyes of Restrict. You just go into Link Karibo, it's an extra. Sometimes it'll help you out if you brick. Otherwise, it's just, to get more bodies in the graveyard. Hippo Shinigami. This is after you resolve a lot of stuff. It helps a lot, actually. Because sometimes you have a Saryuja and it'll give you an extra 300, and this could give an extra 500. And you'll have like a Herald with, like, what's it called? Like 36 defense, and nobody's really getting over that. And just, you'll have like monsters. You'll have like monsters that'll be like 21, 2800 now, that 2600, that because of this. Then you could resolve it, sometimes pop it, and then add back to hand. The two Nightmares I play are Phoenix and Cerberus. I'm good with Phoenix. Cerberus, I'm still on the fence about. I might change it for something else, but I mean, these are really good. This will help pop, and then monsters, and this will help pop spells. So it helps you get over, and especially when you co-link it with Saryuja, you get an extra draw. Boar Load. This is very good for non-targeting. And it's a really strong monster, so I play that. And then Saryuja, obviously, I've talked about how good he is the whole video. How he helps you just draw if you brick, and overall just to manipulate your hand. I mean, those are all just good monsters. I don't really have to explain much. Play 3 Dino. The whole same thing with the side deck. It's basically the same. It is the same, but it's all for going second. So 3 Pankatrops to summon and then pop anything. 3 Raw Sphere modes to summon and get over big boards. 3 Twin Twisters. Any back row removal, 3 Evenly Matched. Once again, if they go first, they summon a bunch. You just use that. And 3 Red Reboots. Because, there's no... Herald can't actually stop counter traps. So this is the only way I would stop them. And stuff like Imperial Order, if I'm having it. That really destroys my deck. And any counter, any strikes or solemn warnings, they'll destroy my deck. So that's perfect. Yeah, so that's basically the whole deck right there. Thanks for watching, guys.